take my kindness for a weakness. I was swimming with the sharks, took a dive off the deep end. I be moving different. I ain't had no kids that on me deep and take a walk up in my shoes with the survive through the weekend. I hate that people take my kindness for a weakness. I was swimming with the sharks, took a dive off the deep end. I be moving different. I ain't had no kids that on me deep and take a walk up in my shoes with the survive through the weekend.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your host, the boy Cannon, with the camera. And today I got a special guest for you. This is episode 2 on the Talk with the Cannon podcast. I got my sis, Desiree, aka we just gonna call her Des for the show. Let us know a little bit about yourself.
Hey y'all. That's exactly. So I am Des. I am a photographer / media director / videographer / branding concierge. Here in Houston.
You where?
I'm in Houston, Texas.
Okay.
Go down. And I have been doing this for about 8 years.
Oh wow!
I run with the big dogs now, so I do things for like major brands, like Palapas. Don't go home on a Sunday night. It's Houston. The Address. Major festivals like NOLA Reggae Fest, Houston Reggae
Oh, that's
Fest.
big right there.
Yeah. I've developed some brands, some liquor brands, some infused liquor brands. Yeah, I'm dope. Years ago, I probably wouldn't have said that, but I am dope. I come packaged in dopeness. So that's me.
So I got a few questions. So how did you get your start? Like me, I grabbed the camera when I got out of IT, started my own business, photography, videography. Now, for you, how did you get into all of the accolades that you just listed? Did you grab a camera first? How'd that go?
So really, in high school, I didn't have a car. So in my high school, I had took enough credits where I could have 2 blow-off periods at the end of the day, but I didn't have a car. And at the time where I was going to high school was a rural area. There was no bus lines or nothing like that. So I couldn't just take the bus home. Mm-hmm. And then I also was a basketball star. So I had to stay after school for basketball practice anyway.
Oh, you hoop?
Yes, I'm a hooper.
What position you played?
Don't laugh, okay? Because people say my height and they don't believe me. But I was a shooting guard and a small forward.
Okay, I can see that.
Okay. I was out there like shimmying and shaking and step throughs and all of that, right? So I took a blow-off class, or what I thought was going to be a blow-off class, which was yearbook. I picked up a camera. They gave me cheerleading, volleyball, and something else, right? And I brought the camera back after taking the pictures, and the teacher was like, "You took these?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "You never picked up a camera before?" I was like, "No, I was just playing with the dials and everything. I didn't know what anything meant. I just was like figuring it out as I went." And I took some really dope shots. And I end up being like the spotlight. That year for yearbook, they were doing little spotlights. And I ended up being the spotlight. People were big mad because they've been in yearbook for 4 years and they were like a shoo-in for that spot. And then here I come my rookie year and blow everybody out the water. And from there, it kind of just developed. And I've just run with the races. I've encountered people that have redefined who I am as a creator. Big ups to Jay. He helps me a lot. He's like,
you talking about J Fax?
J Fax, yes.
Okay, yeah. So,
like,
I know him.
Big up to Jay.
That's my guy.
Yeah, he kind of took me, and I was like a diamond in the rough, and so he kind of chiseled me out and made me this very rare commodity here in Houston that not many people are doing. And I also have a team of photographers and videographers in my back pocket that I bring along with me for bigger projects. Mm-hmm. So, they like to, flirt with the idea that I'm boss lady. They were like, "Nah, whatever you need, Dad, you boss lady." I was like, stop. So, yeah. So that's my story. I've just kind of climbed and honestly and truthfully speaking, facts kind of like propelled me to the next level. Because if not, I'd have been still taking photo shoots for $50 a shoot.
Oh yeah, so I've been there before, where you just want to get your name out there, you just want to do the work, and you don't really necessarily get into pricing yourself at your value. You pricing yourself at what you think people can afford.
Yeah, exactly. And I've always done that. I actually still work with some brands that I have faith in. Shout out to Virago Lux. She is a brand that I absolutely am positively faithful in. I used to have bad acne.
Oh wow.
Bad hyperpigmentation. And since taking on her brand and using her products, my skin has evened out. So there's certain situations where I'll take a small business, and we'll work out a deal. But for the most part, my prices start at $1,500.
Oh wow.
It starts at $1,500 social media management. But if I believe in your brand and I just know you're a dope person and you're not trying to just like finagle me because you really got the money, but you're going to tell me, oh, I don't have the money, I can't really afford your prices, just to try to talk me down, that's not happening. I start off at $1,500 a month for social media management only.
And what does that include?
So I go out and shoot in real time. I manage their social media, their DMs, their comments. I post reels to get their engagement. I get your engagement up. I do my own research on what the trends are. I'll cross post on other platforms such as TikTok and Facebook, YouTube, all of that stuff. So I'll do that for them. So it's because, this social media thing has avenued and propelled into other jobs, and social media management is a job
in and of itself.
So you have business owners trying to be the social media manager, the influencer, the owner, the manager. You have to get, at some point you're going to have to delegate. At some point you have to delegate, and I am the person that you delegate to. I get things done for you. There's a scripture, I don't know it verbatim, but there's a scripture that says something along the lines is 2 hands take a flight to many or 1,000.
Okay, I know where you're going at with it, where one can put the flight, 2 can chase. I don't know about how it either, but I know I know the scripture you trying to say. You about to pull it up, huh?
Yeah.
If y'all listening right now, definitely like and subscribe to the channel. Lock in with your boy. Hit that bell icon for the latest and greatest. And if you interested in being a guest on the show, just get on the platform. Inbox me on my Instagram, same name, Cannon with the camera. YouTube, just message me in the comments saying I want to get on the show, and I'll reach directly out to you. Shout outs to my supporters. Last week I had Smack Adams on the show from the Matriculation. Real good episode. If you haven't seen episode 1, definitely go back and check that out. We here, and I got some other guests coming up pretty soon. I won't say nothing on this episode about it. I'll let them be a surprise, and I'll just drop them when they come. You found it? You found the scripture?
No, I didn't. But Ecclesiastes 4:9-12 says 2 are better than 1 because they have a good return for their labor.
Right.
If either falls down, one can help one another, but pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. So something along that line. So I'm a firm believer in like what 1, 2, and 3, if you're on the same page, on the same wavelength, you are going to get further along than if it was just you by yourself on one-man band show.
Facts. I agree with that. Teamwork, what they say, the old cliche, the teamwork make the dream work. You know what I mean? And so just being a business owner and operating a camera, sometimes you wish you had an extra pair of hands. I wish I had more than an extra pair of hands. You might want somebody that's running social media while you out in the field, or somebody that's helping somebody with the set design, or behind the scenes in production. So I'm with you. I agree wholeheartedly.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as you got into developing your brand and you started changing your prices, what are some hiccups that you came into as you, all right, I'm not charging $50 anymore for a client? Did you get any, you too expensive, people falling away?
No, the brokies fell off,
The
and that's
brokies.
okay. I mean, they did. The brokies fell off because they were getting something from me that most photographers charge $1,200 or more for.
Yeah,
Like,
that's deep.
like I'm a published photographer, published in a magazine for birthing and fine art maternity. I've been shouted out in different articles. I get all my business through word of mouth. I haven't had to run an ad or tell somebody, oh, book me. They'd be like, nah, you need Des, hit Des up. My work fee speaks for itself. I don't have to beg anybody to book me.
So here's a question: Is that like a Houston culture type of thing? Like, because you're in Houston, it's a tight. Is it like tight knit where you know somebody who knows somebody and it's in that circle, or is it like tell me about building your brand in Houston.
So I shout out to Tim. Tim has been rocking with me since I didn't even have a DSLR when I started shooting for Tim. I had like where the zoom button was there, you just go in and out, and it was one.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tim was rocking me then. I just had dope ass editing skills. I ain't gonna hold you. I just had dope ass editing skills. So Tim, I've been working with Tim. He is the professor. He's a professional festival promoter. So he owns at least 6 or 7 festivals that he runs throughout the year and adding more to his list. I got in with him, and from there, I stayed with him. I was down and faithful to Timothy Hudson, and there was nothing. It was nobody I was going to shoot for. I said, I'm not shooting for nobody but Tim, because Tim rocked with me when I had a little Panasonic or something like that. You know, I don't only want like, because you just want me now because I'm good at what I do. But Tim was like, nah, you need to eat more. You need to eat more. He said, you know, I appreciate you staying faithful to me, but I got people who are asking me about your services, and you telling me no, not to tell, like you don't want to go on tour with them, because I don't want to go on tour with them. They don't take care of me. I don't know how they take care of me. Tim has been like a big brother, uncle, best friend situation to me. And so I wasn't ready to navigate those avenues of becoming a business for myself with media directing for festivals. So it started with him. Tim, I was on with Tim since 2018, 2019. And then other people were like, who you got shooting for you? Then from there, I brought on Third Eye, because one year I couldn't make it. One year because I'm also a licensed athletic trainer, and during festival season is football season. So I have to be at my 9 to 5 working football season. So I had to bring on Third Eye. Shout out to Third Eye. They're a group of 3 men who do it all. They've shot for the Essence Festival. And we've been rocking since
Essence Festival is big. That's big.
Yeah, they've shot for the Essence Festivals. They've done the NCAA championship. Like, I know I was growing because they were growing. And now they got a team. They have a team of 3, and it's just me. And then they're the ones like, oh, nah, you boss lady, whatever you need. It's just like, and I won't say we're very confident in the team that we are together. They bring me on to projects that they need help for. I always bring them on to projects. Then I found a golden nugget that came from North Carolina, Torian. Shout out to Torian. He brought a whole different vibe of videography to Houston. And I had him at Summer Jam. I had him at Houston Reggae Fest. And he is a GOAT. He is a GOAT at what he do. And he actually, it's like that iron sharpen iron, because Third Eye was doing, you know, kind of like regular recaps. And when I brought on Torian, and it wasn't to bring on Torian to have any type of like macho, I just knew that I wanted the best on my team, right? Torian came in, they saw Torian stuff, that made them go digging on how they can make their brand better. They don't shoot the same, they're very different, right? But because Torin stepped in, or I had Torin step in and give us a creative vibe that we hadn't had before, it made them want to update their creativity. And they've been shooting crazy since I did that. And it kind of is that thing, like, you know, in the old days or back in the times, you know, men would fight over women or do things to impress women. And I like to say that they're not trying to impress me, right?
Yeah.
But women put a certain amount of pressure on you that they don't even realize that they did. I didn't know that I put a certain amount of pressure on Third Eye by doing that. I thought that I had a dope team to begin with, but because they saw what Torian was bringing, and Torian was elated in at all that they work and how they do stuff. So it's kind of like, I love working with people who sharpen me. Fax is one of those people who sharpen me. He had his brand 605. I came in, you know, he just had it in little plastic bottle. I was like, no, this needs to be, for the product that you have, this needs to be packaged different. He let me have full creative reign and marketing directing over his brand. And in one calendar year, he was in commercials, he was in movies. Rappers were drinking his drink and shouting out his drink.
I remember that. I remember that.
In him. And and I would like to think that he just saw who I was and just let me take off. He just let me take off with it and be the visionary of it. He already had a dope product. It was going to sell regardless.
Yeah, he definitely had a strong product.
Yeah, but I packaged it up nicely. You know how you say a man builds a house, but a woman makes it a home?
Yeah.
I do that with all of my brands. It's just 605 was the first brand that I built from the ground up. So it's like my baby. So shout out to Fax for that, because he really showed me that I can make people's brands pop for what they need it to look like.
No, that's deep. So it sounds like as you were growing, you started out in a school class that you just took on a whim, and you went from that particular class hearing that, oh, you taking good shots, meaning that you had good instincts behind the camera. You went from that to building your brand, upping your prices. You, like you said, you let the brokies fall off. You went from that to tapping in and joining the festival scene. You got into the festival scene, and then you built a team of dope shooters that were able to back you up on your mission. And so creating a team, knowing your worth, understanding the level of talent that you had, where did you go from the festival scene? Like, how, before you answer that question, can you tell the viewers what they need to do to be prepared as artists and creatives that want to get into the festival scene? Like you said, the Essence Festival, that's big, you know. Summer Jam, that's big. Are you working with these artists directly, or are they coming with management? How does that look for somebody? Let's say I wanted to be a rapper, an upcoming rapper, and I wanted to come out from Baltimore to Houston. How would I even be able to tap in?
So I was looking on Eventbrite for festivals, and I was contacting people directly. And I would like to say this again. I know I'm mentioning Fax a lot, but Fax has been very influential in my brand and me growing myself. He always told me, don't underestimate the power of free. Don't ever underestimate the power of free. And I actually live by that still. I'll give somebody a sample. It's no different from how people flooded the streets with drugs, or how McDonald's developed their brand. You want people to, you want to saturate the market, right? So my most recent client, I shoot for the owners of the hottest day party scene, right? I hit him up and told him what he needed, what his problem was. I saw his page. I saw his social media page, and it just looked like a spam page because all it was on there was flyers and maybe some personal stuff. And I said, you know, I was like, this is how I can help you. He was like, all right, come by Palapas Sunday. Show me what you can do. I shot. Originally, I wanted the Palapas Instagram, like the actual restaurant Instagram. He is an owner, part owner of Palapas. So I manage his personal Instagram, right? He sells sections and stuff like that. I told him, your page doesn't look like what you do. I came out and I shot. I gave him 3 reels. It took me less than 20 seconds to develop those reels. I shot the content. He was like, oh yeah. He was like, yeah, let's talk. And he's been a client ever since then.
Yeah, that's
you
deep.
know what I mean? So you show people what you can do. In that case, you're not giving away pictures. In that case, I'm developing in real time content. I'm showing people why you should be at Palapas. When in turn they're like, oh shoot, Palapas is jumping, because you sell people fun. Like he sells people fun, and all on his page is flyers. So now it's just like this thing where people just think like, oh yeah, Palapas is cool. Now people know Palapas is dope.
So you went in to he had an event, obviously. You showed up with your camera while the event was jumping. And then you really knocked it out. So it's a nice event, and you're recording the dopest moments of a hot event at that moment.
And it's a day party spot. It's like brunch, bottles, bottle girls, sections. It's the life. It's the Houston entertainment life. And I went in there and showed him like, this is what you need to be promoted on your page. He used them, organically getting 15, 16, 17, 18, all the way up. I think the highest organically he's got is like maybe 50,000 views on a reel that I made. That's organically. That's with
no advertisement.
That's no advertisement.
That's just straight off the
entertainment. Yeah, that's just straight off the man. This is a dope ass reel. And I do that for all of my clients. They'll send me footage remotely and I'll put it together real quick, and they be like, Des, how do you do this? Like, how do you do this? They don't even know what they shooting, but I'll just see what it is that they shot, take the dopest part of it, plug it in, transitions, music, filters, all within like a minute, and have it back to them to post. And it's just like, we live in a microwavable society. People want stuff quick. So that's how I was able to sell myself. Most videographers, you need at least 24 to 40. If you're a great videographer, you can produce a recap in 24 to 48 hours. I'm doing recaps in real time.
For the technical people who are videographers and photographers, what software do you live by?
Oh, the hustle is sold separately. So you could DM me at Media Director HTX.
Hey, shameless plug. Shameless plug. Shameless
Look,
plug.
The hustle is sold separately, baby.
Shameless plug there. Give them that.
You asking about my secret sauce. Now
We ain't gonna mess that up too much. So if you want extra details, Des will coach you through some things.
Yeah.
Give them that address again.
Okay, my Instagram is at Media Director HTX. You can hit me up there on my DMs if you want to know what the plug is. But it's lucrative. It's lucrative. You make money.
I like that. I charge
it. Look, I get paid $1,500 to $2,000 a month to manage social media. So if you want the sauce, I'll give it to you, but it's gonna cost you.
Right. And you just mentioned and them numbers is for one client.
That's one client. That is one client.
Yeah, that's deep right there. So the sauce that hustle sold separately, y'all already done heard it, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me hit y'all with a sample real quick.
Nigga like me, man. I love the game. I love the hustle, man.
Yeah.
I be feeling like one of them ball playing niggas, like Bird, Magic or something. Yeah, a nigga got dough. A nigga could leave the league.
You know what I'm saying?
You funny.
paid in full. You got to get with her. But
it's serious. Let me tell you why it's serious. Because I've actually had people steal my content and not give me no props on it.
Yeah.
Professionally, and this is what I say, I know you're going to bring it up later in the show, but I used to be like a super masculine female. I used to be super masculine. And I know how to navigate in a very male dominated space in both of my careers. Like being an athletic trainer, that's a very male dominated space.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Being a content creator is a very male dominated space. What I have up on it though is that women will get loosey goosey for me, and so I'm getting those slow mo or the ass clapping, just nasty work. Whereas a woman wouldn't be comfortable clapping her ass in front of a man's camera, because what are you doing with this?
Right.
What are you doing with this? Whereas me, bubbly, Southern belle, ding, I'm getting the same content and doing the same work. But because I'm a woman and I'm like, yes, sis, clap it up, sis. Yes. They're more inclined to give me the greatest content. Whereas if it's a dude, he just got to catch her in a moment if she's too saucy.
Right.
You get what I mean? So, yeah. It's just, I don't even know where I was going with that, but I just had to like,
that's what we needed.
Yeah. Someone stole my content. So I went up to the person that stole my content and used my content on their page. And I was like, hi, I'm Desiree. Yeah, I saw that you used some of my content. It was like, oh, you shoot for so-and-so. I was like, yes. I'm glad you were able to use that. Ask me if they ever stole a piece of my content after that.
They didn't. They couldn't have.
But I didn't have to be with the, y'all stole my content. I'm supposed to tell my client. Woo. Like, you don't have to operate like that, sis. You can move through this place gracefully. Because I'm not supposed to mess with my bread, because I look like a combative female. So if I would have did that in that space, my client would have been like, because they don't understand copyright. My clients don't understand copyright. They don't understand that my work is my work and no one should be using it. They just want the dopest content splurge wherever.
Mm-hmm.
But because I had the grace to go over to that person and be like, hey, my name is Desiree. I shoot for so-and-so. I saw you use my content. I'm glad you were able to use that. They was like, oh, you shoot for so-and-so. I do. Let me know if you need any more help.
Right.
Because now you look like a peon. Now you looking like, why is it? And he a man. This is a male creator. Now you looking like you stealing from a little girl. No one likes that. No one likes for you to like steal from a little girl. Especially a girl or a grown woman that could carry herself gracefully and is not on no tantrum, rah. Oh, you supposed to give me my credit. I want you to tag me in the post. That was enough for me. So, I would say that for women creatives, a man is going to be a man no matter where you at. You could be the best photographer, videographer, but if you don't carry yourself in a graceful way, you're not going to get far in this business. If you don't know how to finesse and seduce in a professional way, you're not going to get far.
Finesse and seduce, that's crazy work. That's crazy. Finesse and seduce in a professional way. No, I hear you though. That I completely understand where you're going with that. You need to be able to navigate these different, right? These different, like, because certain conversation style work for certain people. Certain types of environments breed a certain type of just culture, and you need to be able to navigate through all of those different areas. So let me find out you're a shark, though.
What?
You're a shark.
Baby, you ain't out there.
You're a shark. That's what it is. But
that is not my doing. I was very timid. Like I said, facts literally took me and made me this like machine. I can go into the biggest of rooms. Like, I've been in rooms with CEOs. I've been in rooms with investors. I've been in rooms with, I've talked to brand ambassadors. I've talked to VPs of liquor brands and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, I've had to learn to navigate those spaces. And if you're not, if you don't understand the beat, if you don't understand the nature of the beast, you're not going to be successful. When I go out to shoot in these day party spaces, I don't look like the women that come into the spaces. I'm very like, someone asked me if I was in the wrong place before because of how I was dressed. They was like, "Are you lost?" I was like, "No, I'm not lost. I'm just here. I'm here. You don't pay attention to me. You're not a photographer and videographer to be seen.
Right.
You're not. You're
Photographers and videographers are very much behind the scenes people. They not on the camera. They holding the camera.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
Now you see something, and no shade to any photographers or videographers that come out and pop out with the drip. If that's what you do, that's what you do. I just know that I get more done being not regular, but not dressing like I'm in the scene with them.
So you could be like a fly on the wall. You want to be more inconspicuous.
Exactly.
So people kind of ignore you and have
they
a
don't
good
know what
time.
I'm doing. Yeah, they don't know what I'm doing. But if they're like, if they look at me, you know, if I'm too flashy or if I'm coming up, first of all, women are territorial.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if you come in, you know, trying to look like you look better than them, they're gonna be kind of like shy away from you. I come in very like I'm dressed now. Crop top, jean shorts, some Converse. I don't even say that I'm media.
You just come in comfortable and casual, and then you knock it out. So for those who just joined in, I see a couple of people that just joined in. Shout outs to y'all. I'm here with my sis Des, big media person down in Houston, big with the festivals, big with the content creation, big with the branding, work with some liquor companies, work with some clubs, nightlife lounges, hookah spots, big around the celebrity scene in terms of performances, booking shows, things of that nature. If you give them your address again so that they know how to tap in.
And Instagram is at Media Director HTX. Media Director HTX. Yeah.
Houston.
Actually, this weekend I'm nominated for an award for top photographer with the Trap Music Awards. So that's dope. I have that.
Oh, that's dope.
I might be wearing an award this weekend. I might be winning an award for best photographer.
Well, I pray you get that. So, you know,
it's some heavy hitters in it. I ain't gonna hold you. It's some heavy hitters on there, like Houston Boomerangs. They be in the club life too. Like, so I'm against some heavy hitters. So
no, they even be mentioned in the top 5 in Houston. Houston I'm from Baltimore. I live in Baltimore. So to even talk to somebody that's that big on the media scene is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you coming down and holler at me on for a show.
No problem.
And you know, I'm expecting the passage when I slide out there. When I hop off the plane, I would like to be out there. You know,
yeah, it's always love. It's always fam bam. I've been trying to get you to come down here and shoot with me. I've been trying to.
I'm with it. I want to put on. How you feel? If I put. I need to put some money together and throw a showcase out there. Is that something that you can help me do? Like if I maybe 3 to 5 artists from my city, bring them out there and merge them with some of the artists out in Houston. Is that possible?
Oh yeah, that's if BB Management, if BB Management watches this live and this stream, you need to link with her. BB Management.
BB Management
is the biggest. She is the biggest manager for entertainment I know. And I can't even tell you how me and her linked. I think it was just one time, you know what, it was a 605 thing. She manages Bless the Belly. He's a foodie, a big foodie out here. He raps and does some more stuff. And we gave him a bottle to try. And that's how I'm dealing with her. That's what I'm saying. You can't underestimate the power of free. free will get you in the door, especially if you have something that is worth giving for free. Now, if you out here just doing what everybody else do, shooting pictures, no, like you need to up your bar a little bit. But BB Management, she puts on showcases for artists all the time. She's actually the one that's directing the Trap Music Awards, and they're from Alabama.
She's from Houston.
Yeah, she's from Houston. She's working with the guy who did the Trap Awards in Atlanta. They're bringing it to Houston, so they have it in Atlanta now. They're having it in Houston, and I'm sure with her creative and her ambitious mind, she's probably gonna go to LA, New York, and some more stuff. So I definitely would tap in with BB Management. Like, she's the GOAT. That's my girl.
Shout out to BB Management. Thank you for dropping a couple of jewels in terms of who to connect with, or even being able to tap in with you, because I got a lot of up and coming artists, local artists that's hot, a lot of creatives that ain't just rappers and singers, but you got models, modeling agencies coming out of Baltimore, and then you also got other photographers and videographers that's interested in coming out that way and maybe just being able to be a part of some kind of coalition. And I mean, Houston is popular. Houston is a big city, and it always has something going on out there. Is it hot out there right now?
No, it actually feels good. That 65-degree weather is hitting.
It's about 64 degrees here right now.
It's silk press season, because if this would have been in July or August, I'd be looking like a 70s go-go dancer or somebody.
That's funny. So you mentioned earlier in the show a few things about, you said you was more masculine. You was a masculine. These terms, I'm laughing because these terms have become so, people are saying these things, toxic females or toxic masculinity. Tell me, so let's get into that for a minute. Because when we were talking offline, you mentioned you used to be a feminist. So
yeah. Look, and this doesn't go, and I don't want anybody to cancel me or be like, no, right? It's not that. It's like getting pulled out of the matrix. Honestly. Yeah. It's like, because this soft life, as much as people glorify it and, I'm in my soft era and I want to be taken care of and I'm a passenger princess. This soft era is like being in the Matrix. It's like Neo being in the Matrix. It's not glitz. It's not glam. It's none of that. You have to work at it, especially being masculine or being a feminist. I'm 33 years old. And up until about 32, I was with the rah-rah and the no accountability.
You was aggressive?
Aggressive is an understatement. Aggressive is an understatement. I'll be honest with you. I was kicking ass and taking names. And doing it thinking that that's just what you do. That's what you see. It's the Medeas. That's what I'll say. I was a Medea. But times that, and I was messing with the Pookies and the Ray Rays. You couldn't catch me with a Pookie and a Ray Ray now. Couldn't do it now. That's broke.
So you feel like moving in that space at the time was the wrong thing, and you felt like it. What was the catalyst for change?
People were turned off by me. Like, I rub people the wrong way. You can't make no money as a woman rubbing men the wrong way. You can't.
That's a good point.
As a woman, don't expect to be no 6-figure chick if you don't know how to move with grace and etiquette. Please do not go in there thinking that. Because even I don't know the correct term, but even people in the community of the LGBTQ community, even feminine women, even like studs and femmes have to move gracefully.
Okay, I'm following.
They can't be coming up in here like rah and stuff like that. No, they tone it down, because a man's energy is going to be a man's energy. You're never going to have a bigger aggressive energy than a true blue man. You're never going to. I don't care how dope you are. If your attitude bad, you can't take accountability for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you how many times I messed up and I had to tell a man and take accountability. A man will be more inclined to be forgiving and give you another chance if you take accountability. That's being a soft girl. That's being a feminine woman.
What would you say to the people that feel like that sounds like you want to be a pick me?
You want to be chose. You want to be out here. I don't know if y'all watching the same news and the same Democratic situations and the Republican. I don't think you want to be out here when shit hits the fan by yourself. You want somebody to choose you. You think you could go out here in this big old world and not? I'll let you know this. I was just a girl. I was being just a girl, doing what girls do. I was distractively driving. And I almost hit this man on a motorcycle. And I think I almost hit him, right? I don't think I almost hit him because I have a 2025 Honda. So it tells me when I veer in and out of lanes, right? And it tells me when someone's on my blind spot. But I pissed that man off. Oh, I pissed that man off. And he followed me for 10 exits. I have a man. And I immediately called him, and he immediately gave me instructions on what to do. And he said, if that man would have followed me all the way home, he would have been the one to address him. And I would have stayed my ass in the car. So what if you're a pick-me? Sometimes being a pick-me is your safety. Who wants to be out here just exposed? Women make mistakes. And sometimes those mistakes need safety attached to them. So to be a pick-me is not a bad thing. You want to be a pick-me. You want to be chose. And if you're saying you don't want to be chose, and you're saying you're not advertising yourself, that would be you're being disingenuous. Because you're not getting your hair done. I won't lie to tell you that I got on your show today in my bed. I could have came on here just looking regular, right? But I know that there will be men watching this show. And I know that there will be men who own businesses that watch this show. You want somebody that looks good, right? That's feminine. It's just making yourself available in a soft way to a man is the biggest come up.
I'm following you.
The biggest come up.
So do you feel like with all you just said, does that tie into the business side of things for you as well?
Yes, it does. Because I'm smiley. I'm a Southern belle. Hey, y'all. And a man, most of my clients are men. I have one female client, and that's Dove. One female client. All of my other clients are men. They take care of me. They do. They take care of me. They spend the money. But do you want to know that they spend the money because I'm good at what I do? I'm nice. I'm professional. I de-escalate situations. I don't make them worse. I can't tell you how many times I have a couple of restaurant clients, and there's been angry women in the DMs because of one of his employees may or may not have said something that was rude or didn't provide enough customer service. You know how I de-escalate that? I give them social media customer service. I am so sorry you went through that. Management will be hearing about this immediately. Please we hope that we don't lose you as a patron. I'm sorry that happened to you. We will be getting on this immediately. and immediately that woman or that customer, I've de-escalated the situation. I can't tell you how many times he's like, that was a great response.
That's deep. And so coming back full circle as we position ourselves towards the end, because we might have to do a part 2 later on. There's a lot of things that I feel like people, I got folks on Instagram, I got folks on YouTube. What's going on, Black Boy? What's going on, champ? Love to have you on the show. But for my rappers, my singers, my dancers, my models, my people who are looking to get on the camera, what kind of advice could you give to those who are looking to deal with a multimedia professional like yourself, somebody that deals with festivals, deals with lounges, clubs, brand ambassadorship? What do they need to do to even be ready for somebody like you to work with them?
Have a budget. Be in the same spaces that I'm in. Like when people are hosting showcases, even though you're not on the showcase, you need to go out to those showcases to support other artists. You never know who you're going to network with.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you right now, these people who have made it, they look like regular people. And if you just don't know who they look like, you don't know who they look like. You don't know that. I can't tell you how many times I've approached a rapper or an artist or somebody major and just treated them like a regular person. And that went further than being like all star-studded. I don't get geeked on rappers and stuff like that.
Neither do I.
I don't get geeked on rappers, artists.
They regular people.
They're regular people.
They regular people.
Right? They'll respect you more if you treat them like a regular person. And mind you, I'm very humble. I've been around big artists. I've been around big social media influencers. And it's just like, yo, let me shoot you some dope content. It's just a regular conversation.
Mm-hmm. Only thing they could tell you is no. That's the worst. The worst they could tell you is no.
Yeah. I've been around so many people. I even have directed women, or Trey the Truth is one, and Mario. They were at
shout out to Mario.
Gigs, right?
You know he from here, right?
Yeah, I know. So Trey the Truth, he is super, super sweet. Trey the Truth is so sweet. He was here with Mario. He come and check in with all the artists that come in his city. I had him and Mario do a little like smile slow-mo. He was like, send me that. I was like, look at it, look. He was like, I need that. Send that to me. And I linked up with his media person. He got somebody to follow him around and do media.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, don't underestimate the power free and go out and network. Go to those showcases, even if you're just going to support. Sometimes those showcases number $5 a ticket. You spend $20 on a burger.
True.
Go out and network. Networking is where you're going to get. You could be on social media all day, but people still like in-person interactions. People still want to see who they talking to. They want to feel your energy, what your vibe is on. And also, if you're a trash ass individual, you ain't going to get nowhere. If you got a bad attitude, if you know how to talk to people, if you're a prima donna, you're not going to get nowhere.
That's deep.
You're not going to get anywhere. If you're ugly on the inside, you're not going to get anywhere. If you can't be personable, you're not going to get anywhere. You're really not. And that's where I was stuck at. I was stuck at people just working with me because I was good. But when I started being this softer version of myself, when I started to be more graceful, more feminine, taking accountability for when I messed up and not making it like, well, I did give this to you on GP. You should just be grateful. No, I should just deliver a great product and be nice about it too.
Yeah.
Because people are going to try to finesse you all the time, but that doesn't mean you have to meet them at the same energy that they're meeting you with. Kill their asses with kindness is what I say.
That's what I like to hear. I think that a lot of the stuff you're saying, just about how you developed your business, working with teams, being humble, networking, the power of things being free. A lot of those things is underrated because a lot of times I think people feel like all it takes is one single going viral. And I don't think that, me personally, just I'm from the school of thought that that's not realistic. Virality on one video, you may not even be ready for the influx of people on your page. You know, you might not even have anything else behind that one video, no website set up. And I think a lot of times people have like romanticized what the creative space actually is and how to navigate it. What do you think?
Yeah, it's hard work. You laying brick by brick. And if you do get that one viral moment by being inconsistent, it's like winning the lottery. You just pick the right numbers. Because if you don't have anything to follow it, what are they following you for? What problems are you solving for them? Like,
that's a good point.
Marketing is, one thing about marketing is problem solving. What are you solving? How are you helping this person? It's all about how are you helping them? Because it's work. It's still work. It's just something you're passionate about. Being a creator or being a creative it's still the same work as if someone was a bus driver and loved bus driving.
Yeah.
You still have to do the work. You just enjoy doing what you do. I love photography. I can
Is
look
that
at
your favorite part of your multimedia campaign?
Yeah.
The photography part? What about the brand part? Building the brands?
Building brands for me is just like an ego stroke.
Got you.
I ain't gonna hold you. Me building people's brands or taking people's insights from 0 to 14,000 in the last 30 days, that's an ego stroke for me. My passion is photography and any type of photography. I want to get into scenic photography. I'm trying to get out there where you at, to like Virginia, DC, and New York, and going and taking pictures.
So you want to come to East Coast?
Trying to challenge myself, because y'all have some beautiful, beautiful scenic
the architecture,
it's so beautiful.
The landscapes, how the buildings lay out. I agree with that.
I know for sure. Like I have a shot in my mind. Christmas time in New York. You have not seen one of those 80s feeling type of photographs yet.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't seen that in a long time. And for the life of me, I just want to get out to New York and shoot that, edit it up real nice, and just have it. Sell it as a stock image. Someone will take it.
Right.
But that's just, you see how I'm just like, I just want to do that just because I want to do it.
Because you like shooting.
Right? I just want to do that. I don't even look to make no money off of it. That'd be nice. I have a lot of dope stock images that should be used as stock images. Cannabis, alcohol, group shots. I don't do it. I should. It's another stream of income. But I really just love photography just because it's photography. It's a moment in time you'll never get back.
Yeah, that's deep. And that's true. And that's why I like photography as well, because I think I like photography better than I like videography. Mm-hmm. Because if it's like you etching in stone something permanent, and it's a memory, capturing the moment. I think that was the first thing that, similar to you, I think that's the first thing that happened to me. I started shooting with a camera, took a few shots, and people would say, "Yo, you took that? You ain't take that shot." I'm like, "Yeah, I took the shot." I didn't even know. I just looked through the camera and I see the shot, I snap it. A lot of people, I didn't start out with any of the technical skills either. I turned in the little knobs. I was shooting in auto. Mm-hmm. I still do that most of the time. And simply because the better quality your camera, the more it can make for those adjustments.
It's smart. It's artificial.
Yeah, it's smart cameras, especially with the DSLR. As long as you know what you're doing, it's like putting it in automatic in 0 to 60 in, 3 seconds. Mm-hmm. But when I started learning more about the technical stuff, it started giving me a perspective, the ISO and things of that nature. And I'm proud to say that as I started taking shots, I started taking shots that I didn't even believe. I'm like, there's no way I took that shot. And I would pull it off of the camera and it's on the computer. I'm like, man, this is a deep shot right here. This dope.
I get nose blind. I have to go back to my old word and be like, damn, that was a good shot. Who shot that? I shot that.
Right. You know.
You get nose blind to your work.
Yeah,
I have to go back
because you're used to seeing it.
Stuff. Yeah.
You're used to seeing it.
Critical. I'm super critical of my edits too. I'll have 2-3 people look at it before I send it to my client. They'll be like, what's wrong with it? I was like, you see that little streak of light right there? You think I should get rid of that? I was like, what? There's nothing wrong with the photo. Send the photo.
A lot of what I've learned is if you're not a photographer or videographer, a lot of things they eyes don't pick up. It's just a nice picture to you. They looking at they shape up. They looking at their eyes. They not looking at the gradual color transition. They not looking at the bokeh or it's just funny because I'm looking at certain things and they like, this picture fire. I'm like, man, this picture is grainy. It doesn't look good. And they think that is the best thing since sliced bread. So it's just like, I learned if the picture come out and the client is happy with it, then I'm happy with it. You know, unless it's for my personal portfolio. Yeah. So listen, this was definitely a really good video. This was a good podcast episode for me because I was able to get you to share some things about being from Dallas, working in Dallas.
And don't do me. I am not from Dallas.
I mean Houston. I'm sorry.
We don't do that.
Oh yeah, y'all.
I don't have nothing against Dallas.
So
however,
you're not from there.
I'm not.
That's
Dallas.
like me saying I'm from DC, but I'm from Baltimore.
Yeah.
Okay, roger that. Shout outs to my folks in Dallas too, because I got a couple people that hopefully they decide to do an episode. But I meant to say Houston. I'm sorry.
My dad is from Oak Cliff, so it's no. I grew up a Dallas Cowboys fan. My dad's from Oak Cliff, so you know it's nothing against Dallas. It's just I've been to Houston. I've established myself in Houston. I love Houston. It's my city.
Roger that. So that's your home. So what are you going to transition to a Texans fan?
I'm not really into football and stuff like that. It's just the nostalgia of being a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Right.
America's team. One day I just hope that we can get back to the Super Bowl. Then I'm gonna be one of those retired Dallas fans that get back on the bandwagon. But I have documented proof that I've been a Dallas Cowboys fan since I was like knee high. So
that's funny. So listen, closing out, what's your last words? What would you say to upcoming creatives like yourself, especially the females? What would you close out with?
If you are passionate about being creative, this is for the youngins. These are for the youngins. These are for the school grade kids. If you're passionate about something, just do it. Don't go to college and get into an unnecessary debt. And you want to be a creative or you want to do something that requires a trade versus a degree. I went to college. I got a degree, and I'm great at being an athletic trainer. I've saved lives. I've healed bones and ligaments and muscles and some more stuff, but my heart is in photography. So do what your heart is in. If you're a baker, bake everything. If you're a musician, play everything. If you're a hairstylist, style everything. And don't underestimate the power of free. I ain't saying give them the cake. I'm saying give them a taste. A taste sometimes is all they need.
Yeah, that's real right there. Listen, Des, I appreciate you for taking some time out of your day just to lock in with your boy. I'm happy you got on here. We're going to talk offline about getting me out there to Texas so I can go ahead and do my thing.
Yes.
You know, and then vice versa, get you on the East Coast, you know, yes. Baltimore, DC, Virginia. You definitely got to come through here. And it's a lot of talented people that probably would love the politic at the very least. Maybe we do another talk leading on to maybe next summer. We'll figure those things out offline, but I appreciate you for coming on the show. And hopefully maybe when I do a panel discussion with creatives, would you be willing to be on for that?
Oh, definitely.
Because I'm gonna do like a panel discussion. So I appreciate you for jumping on. I'm gonna end off with the like and subscribe to the channel, everybody.
Yes.
And we out.
Peace. Oh, shit.